since the media and left wingers everywhere have been drawing our attention to Black Lives Matter, it's got me thinking. The Black Lives Matter actually fight for rights and equality for the black community, and this has made me think of my question, and that is, what black community? I've been living in the UK since I've been born, and I haven't got an accurate picture of what the actual black community is. So recently I've gone to Google, tried to find out what it is, and it's led me to the conclusion that it's basically black people in the UK. Well, black, African, Caribbean, no matter what, it's just black people. That is the black community. No matter where you are, if you're black, you are part of the black community. Now, I have a problem with this because I think we as quote unquote black people are the only people that have a community like this, and I don't see it working for the reasons I'm about to explain. Reason number one, people say, oh, there's a Jewish community, and oh, there's an Indian community, or there's an Asian community. And how that differs is in a Jewish community is more based on a country or religion. Black is based on like literally two continents. You got black people in Africa, and then you got black people in the Caribbean. Now, these in Africa, there's so much different cultures where they have their own little communities. So, and them communities might not even like each other. Them communities might not even get on with each other. So even when you talk about Asian community, that's not actually true. There, you've got Indians. You might have Bangladesh. They're two different communities. They sometimes they might not even like each other. Even you got the Chinese community, and then you might have the Japanese community, and then you might have the Koreans. They're not all one community. They might not even like each other. And then you might have the South Asian community, and even then they've got their own countries. So this is my problem when you say black community, because within the black community you've got Caribbeans, and then they're Jamaican, then you've got Grenadian, you've got Barbados, and even them three countries have their own communities within each other, and they might not actually like each other. I know Grenadians that have problems with Jamaicans. I know Jamaicans that have problems with everybody. This is my point. So when people say black community, I get what the world thinks it means, but me being black, I'm just like, where do I go? Where do I fit in? Where is this community that you keep saying? Because I've never seen it in all my years of life. So to bring me back to my actual point, Black Lives Matter have been fighting for the quote unquote black community, which is actually made up of hundreds of communities. You can't just squash them into one community, because there's no harmony, there's no getting along. And if you actually look, some things might not be worth fighting for. Like me, I don't think some of the things they're marching for is worth it, because I don't feel like I'm involved in Black Lives Matter. That's a topic for another video, but that's just not me. Now, when you try and squash everyone in a little thing, I believe that's the true racism, to be honest. When you put every black person in this thing and say, look, you want this, you should fight for this because you are black, this is to me the true racism. And if I'm not with Black Lives Matter or anything, somehow I'm the sellout or something, that to me is racism. Assuming I should think something and do something because I am black. Now, I've had a little bit of time discussing my problem about all of this and the community, and how I don't really think there is a community. So we can continue the lie, or we can admit it and try and move forward and try and create a solution. So what would be my solution, I wonder? Like, how would I solve this quote unquote black community problem? Well, my first way of solving this, I would say we have to be true and real to ourselves, that even though we all got the same color skin, we might even share some of the same features. We have to admit we're all different demographically. Like, I'm from Britain, UK. Now, I personally feel I would have more in common with a white British man, same age as me, that's been through the same stuff as me, as a guy straight from Africa. Nigeria that's the same color as me, and he might look more like me, I still feel like I would have more of a bond with the guy that's from Britain, regardless of color. Now that to me is probably he'll probably be more of my community than the guy from Africa. So I feel like we have to be honest and just say, yes, we share the same color. We might even get treated and stereotyped the same, but that's a topic for another video. But we have to admit we don't really share the same interests, and until we acknowledge the differences between each other, I don't think we can actually come together to work out other issues that may affect all of us. Because the thing is, like, even when you look at Black Lives Matter, you got LGBTQ mixed in there, and it's just like, whoa, 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 slow down. Slow down. I get we're all the same color, but we all have not got the same interests, clearly. Now, yeah, so where was I? Basically, being truthful and admitting that we are different, and also admitting that we can do wrong. There are people with black skin that can actually do bad things. And I know this might surprise some people. I know. I'm letting out some secrets now. There's black people that can do bad things. What I think the majority of black people should do is call the bad things out and distance yourself from it. Do not try to defend it. Do not try to sympathize with it. Just separate yourself from it and call it wrong. And if we do this, this should improve the overall image of black people. Therefore, this black community might be able to work. And yeah, that's about it, guys, to be honest. Yeah, to summarize it, like, the black community is just, it's a very big group think mentality when the whole group doesn't think like that. So I think that needs to go, the whole group think mentality. Just admit we have differences, we have different ways of thinking, we're different people. Some people can like Donald Trump, for instance, some people can't. It doesn't matter, it doesn't change who you are as a person. Then I think stuff could go forward. And also we can make different communities. Like, why can't they just be a Jamaican community, a Grenadian community, a Black British community, all these communities, and they can still talk and get along, and just, if they're affected by the same issues, deal with them, but from the aspect of having different communities. Because when you try and put it together and make one big black community, this is where the problem lies, and this is where stereotypes come in, bullying comes in, because if you don't think the same, something's wrong with you, you've got to be taken out. Like, do you know what I mean? It just creates more problems. Yeah, so guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below, because I want to make a discussion out of this. I want to make a discussion out of these issues. I don't want them to stop here. I believe discussion is the way to move forward, and I believe we can solve issues, I think. But we have to be open to discussion and not so focused on shutting people down and not letting them speak, no matter how much you might not like what you hear. Well, take care, guys.